Special thanks to Patreon supporter Martino14 for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sd.Kfz here bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Sd.Kfz 124 Wespe. The Sd.Kfz 124 Wespe, which is German for wasp, also known as the Leichte Feldhaubitze 18/2 Aufs Fahrgestell Panzerkampfwagen 2 SF, or which translates to Light Field Howitzer 18 on Panzer II chassis, self-propelled, is a German self-propelled gun developed and used during the Second World War. It was based on the modified Panzer II chassis. During the Battle of France in 1940, it became apparent that the intermediate tank of the German forces, the Panzer II, was unsuitable as a main battle tank. Though mechanically sound, it was both undergunned and under-armored. The chassis, however, proved serviceable for providing mobility to the 10.5cm field howitzer. Existing chassis were converted to the self-propelled artillery vehicles, such as the Marder II conversion, providing mobility to the PaK 40/7.5cm anti-tank gun. The design for the Wespe was produced by Alkit, based on the Panzer II Aufs F chassis. Alkit had earlier worked with the Alfred Becker to convert captured French armored vehicles into self-propelled artillery carriers. Among other modifications to the Panzer IIs was the engine was moved forward and the chassis slightly lengthened to accommodate the rear-mounted 10.5cm LE-FH-18 howitzer. The superstructure was lightly armored with 10mm armor plating left open at the top and rear. The vehicles were produced by FAMO's Ursus plant in Warsaw. The Wespe was in production from late February 1943 until June 1944, when Soviet forces approached the frontier. By that time, 646 had been produced. An additional 159 gunless Wespe were produced to serve as mobile artillery ammunition carriers. So yeah, the Wespe here, a very interesting little vehicle, a super small artillery gun based on a Panzer II chassis. We all know the Panzer II chassis is really small for what it is. So this is a really small field howitzer equipped on a very small tank. But yeah, pretty interesting little vehicle here and a fun little self-propelled artillery vehicle. The Germans definitely love their self-propelled artillery, as it was perfect for their doctrine of blitzkrieg and all that stuff. So really nice kind of early war, I would say, to mid-war type vehicle, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, without further ado, I want to go and give special thanks to Patreon supporter Martino14 for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more than you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions, where you can go and play a small amount to every channel every month, and in doing so, earn a video request you're choosing. It really helps support the work I do on my channel and is very greatly appreciated. So definitely feel free to check it out. Again, links are always in my video descriptions. With that though, let's go ahead and dive into taking a look here at the Wespe. So start off with the Wespe, we have the tracks, obviously, so same kind of chassis here as the Panzer II. We do have it in a tan camo scheme, which seems to be the common color, at least you can see real life examples of the tank still in, so that's what we have it in, the kind of tan color scheme, which the Germans kind of move their vehicles to. We have the driver's viewport here, all the front sloping and stuff like that. Then we have the artillery gun itself, so this is a what is this? This is a 105mm gun, so that's pretty cool there. And you have all the detail on the inside here for aiming the gun, ammo racks, and all that stuff. So overall, pretty nice build. Should be a nice simple little artillery piece to kind of throw into your German militaries and scenes and stuff like that. And it's pretty nice and compact, so you can definitely fit this in some pretty tight areas. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer, layer number 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first layer here, we're going ahead and start with layers 0 and 1. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to go ahead and place down a nether brick slab like so, followed by a nether brick top slab coming off that slab like that going forward. From that, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 nether brick blocks in the ground like that, and then a dark oak with trapdoor after this, like so, going back. We're going to go ahead and place down another nether brick block here in the ground, followed by a birchwood top slab like that above it, and a dark oak would sign out like on the side of that top slab to the side, and then a upside down nether brick stair like that to go and finish that off. Once we have that done, we're going to take our blocks and we're going to place down a row of 5 across the top here of this section here, and we're going to go then drop down and we're going to place down a row of 5 grindstones coming down from those blocks like that. If you for some reason are not able to place the grindstones like this, we're going to go ahead and then delete these blocks, and if you cannot place the grindstones like this, you can very simply just place them down on the ground like this going across, but this is the best design you'll have here, doing the wheels this way. After we have that done, we can go and then crouch and place down our item frames here on the sides of those grindstones, and in those item frames we're going to place down smooth sandstone blocks. With that out of the way, we're going to then place down a sandstone top slab that's going to be coming off this slab here of nether brick. This right here is going to be a row 3 over, and then we want to go and then place down a nether brick slab here, and then a nether brick top slab coming off of it. On the insides here of these two top slabs in the front, we're going to place down skeleton skulls. And on the back here of the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and go from this sandstone up sound stair, place down 3 smooth sandstone blocks or top slabs over, and then a skeleton skull there in the center. We can go and then fill the space in the middle here with sandstone top slabs to go ahead and close in the base here for it. So just like that. And we're going to go then basically do our same design we did over on the right side, just over here to the left side. So I'm going to go ahead and basically do the same thing, like this to both sides here. Dark oak wood sign on the side, nether brick up sound stair, and we're going to then place down our grindstones. So just like this here, go all the way across. Then we're going to place down our item frames on the sides there, and then in those item frames are smooth sandstone. And with that all complete there, that right there is going to basically conclude what we have there for layer 1 or layer 0 and 1 for the build. Looking at from above, this is what we should have for the base. And with that, we'll go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 2. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we moved into layer 2. For layer 2, to go ahead and get started with, here we're going to place down a nether brick stair on top of those 2 top slabs. After that, we want to go ahead and place down a stripped birchwood log like that on its side, out to the sides there, followed by an item frame on the side and a cobweb in the item frame. Same thing over here as well, like that, followed by a birchwood button on the side of these blocks, like so. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and take our smooth sandstone. We're going to place down a row of 4 across, or sorry, row of 3 across, and then a row of 3 of sandstone slabs across between those stairs. After this, along the sides here, we're going to go ahead and place down a birchwood top slab, nether brick top slab, birchwood top slab, nether brick top slab, birchwood top slab, and a nether brick top slab again. Same thing over here. Just like so. And then on each one of these birchwood top slabs, we're going to place down our item frames. In those item frames, we're going to place down smooth sandstone blocks. And we're going to go then grab ourselves a dark oak wood sign. And if you're on Java, we can go ahead and place a dark oak wood sign on the side of the top slab as well with the item frame. So just like that. And again, that's if you're on Java. If you're on Bedrock, just go ahead and disregard this sign here and just place down the item frames instead. Also, same thing applies up here for this button. The button and item frame on Bedrock cannot be put in the same block space. On Java we can, so it's a Java feature. If you're on Bedrock, just go ahead and place down the item frame and disregard the button. Anyways, after that, we're going to then place down a birchwood button or birchwood slab here to both sides, and we can also fill in the space in between these top slabs here with smooth sandstone full blocks. So we're just going to kind of fill that in completely there. And then once we get to this point here, we're going to place down a nether brick slab coming back from the nether brick or from the birchwood slabs, and then we're going to place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone full blocks. We're going to place down a birchwood trap or birchwood sign on this nether brick slab there to the left side, and then over here to the right side, we're going to place down 2 granite walls like that, followed by a wither skeleton skull coming off that granite wall like so. After we have that all done, that right there is going to conclude layer number 2 for the build. Taking a look at from above, this is what it should look like from the top-down view. And with that, we're going to go move into our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, going ahead and move into our next layer here, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to get started with, we're going to place down a yellow carpet on top of these 2 stairs here. We're going to go then place down a skeleton skull over here on the left side, like so. And then going back from it, we're going to place down a birchwood trapdoor, like so, followed by a stripped birchwood log right here. Item frame coming off of it, a black bed in the item frame, and we're going to go then place down a birchwood sign on the side of the block like that as well. We then want to place down 2 smooth sandstone slabs over, then a row of 3 of smooth sandstone full blocks directly behind those, and we then want to go and place down a sandstone wall to both sides like so. After that's all done, we then want to go ahead and place down a anvil on top of this block here, and we're going to go then place down a grindstone coming off the anvil going back like that. After that, we want to go then take our smooth sandstone. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 smooth sandstone blocks back. Same thing over here as well. And once we have that all done there, we want to go then and grab ourselves some birchwood planks. So we're going to place down a row of 3 birchwood planks between those blocks like that. And then we're going to place down our birchwood trapdoors like that across. And we're going to place down our ladders here on these 2 smooth sandstone blocks on both sides. Now once we get to this point, we're going to go and now work our way into the interior. The interior here, we do have a little bit to do. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. We're going to start off by going ahead and placing down a row of 1, 2, and 1, 2 of smooth sandstone stairs, followed by a smooth sandstone corner stair, like this to both sides. And then we want to go and then place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone blocks across, and then the second row of 3 just filling that space in. On this section here, we're just going to place down a row of 3 of stone pressure plates like that for the base there. Anyways, after that's all done there, that right there is going to conclude what we have there for layer number 3. And with that, we'll go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4, we're going to go and start off and place down a redstone repeater on top of this strip birchwood block here, and a second redstone repeater directly behind it. We then want to place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone blocks across here, then 2 birchwood top slabs coming off the center slab. We then want to go ahead and take a sandstone wall. We're going to place it to both sides, and go back from these sandstone walls. We're just going to go ahead and go back an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go then place down a sandstone stair like this to both sides, and then a row of 3 of birchwood stairs between those stairs like so. With that all done, we then want to go and go to the front here. We're going to go and skip a space, and we're going to go then place down a birchwood trapdoor like that for the front, and then we're going to go and delete that block right there. So we have the birchwood trapdoor sticking off by its own. Then on the inside here for the interior, very simply, we're just going to go and place down a anvil here in the center, and then a skeleton skull to both sides of the anvil. And then after that, we're going to place down 2 yellow stained glass panes over here on the left side. And after that, we want to go and then place down a wither skeleton skull coming off this block here. And then to the right side, we're just going to go and place down 2 yellow stained glass panes like that along those 2 walls like that. And that right there is going to almost complete this. Last thing we need to do is grab birchwood fence gates. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3, and have these all open toward the anvil like so. And with that all done right there, that is going to complete what we have there for layer number 4. Looking at it from above, this is what it should look like from the top-down view. And with that, we'll probably go ahead and actually move into our final layers here. So with that, let's go ahead and move into our last final layers. Alright guys, moving into our last final layers here, we have layers 5 through 9. For these layers to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go and place down a sandstone slab on top of this top slab here, and then 1 and 2 slabs forward from it. On this last slab here on the end, we're going to go and grab an item frame. We're going to place down an item frame like so, and we're going to then place down a black concrete block in the item frame. We're going to go then take birchwood signs, and we're going to place down a birchwood sign on the sides of the slab, and also on the front side if you're on Java, like that for the muzzle brake. After that, we're going to go then place down a sandstone stair on top of this birchwood top slab, followed by a sandstone slab here, and then a sandstone stair that's going to be going ahead and going on top of this anvil, just like that. After that's done, we want to go and then grab ourselves a stripped birchwood log. We're going to place it down, come out the back of that stair. We're going to go and place down an item frame here on the back, so like so, a black concrete block and a birchwood sign over the black concrete, or over the item frame if you're able to. We then want to go and grab a tripwire hook over here on the right side. We're going to place down a tripwire hook, and to the left side here, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off the side of the stair. Open toward the back here, wither skeleton skull coming off the fence gate, and then a end rod on top of it, like so. After that, we're also going to go and place down a redstone repeater with the notches spread apart on top of this block here, and we want to go and then place down 3 trapdoors going forward from it, just like that. After that's all done, we want to go and then place down a sandstone wall on both sides here, followed by a yellow stained glass pane in the corners here, and another sandstone wall back from those glass panes. And once we have that done, we're going to then place down 1 and 2 skeleton skulls, and 1 and 2 like that going back on the sides. Once we have that done, we're going to go then take our iron bars, and we're just going to go to this sandstone wall here. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, and 4. Iron bars up like that for the radio antenna. And once we have that all complete there, that is going to wrap up my design here for the Sd.Kfz 124 Wesp. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be a link from the side of the build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to for a project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been here 204, and I'll see you guys next time.